So welcome to today's lesson. Today I'm going to talk about a certain food commodity, and that food commodity, the food commodities that we are going to discuss today is fish and seafoods. Now when it comes to so this is what we are going to discuss, that is fish and seafoods. Now because of health consideration, many people choose to eat fish in preference to meat, and consequently consumption of fish has steadily increased. Over 200 types of fish on sale throughout the year. Seafood is any form of sea life regarded as a food by human beings, though food prominently includes fish and shellfish. The harvesting of our wild seafood is known as fishing, and the cultivation and farming of seafood is known as aquaculture, mariculture, or in the case of fish, we have fish farming. Fish, it is a legless, cold-blooded vertebrate animal with gills and fins, and living wholly in water. At sea, fish is gutted, cleaned, and frozen, and boiled special boats before it reaches the shore, as it deteriorates very rapidly once caught. So that's why the fish is gutted. Sorry for that. Then we have classifications of fish. Fish are classified into two ways. The first classification is according to their origin. And when it comes to according to their origin, we have sea or salt fish, water fish, and then we have fresh or water fish. So under sea or water fish, we have that is the sea or salt water fish. We have a classification under that, which is a pelagic fish, and this is the fish that swim near the surface. And e.g. we have herring, we have pilchard, and mackerel. Then we have the mussel fish, which is the fish which swim near the bottom, that is the bottom of the sea. And examples, we have plaice, we have cod, and then we have hake. Then under freshwater fish, we have an example, we have salmon and trout. Then we have now we have an infographic here trying to demonstrate, that is the pelagic fish. As you can see, the pelagic fish here, those are fish that are at the top surface of the sea. Then we have the mussel. These are the demersal. These are fish that are at the bottom of the seabed. And we have inclusion of the cod and haddock fish, which swim at the bottom of the sea. So that is a classification according to the origin. And then under classification according to the origin, we now have the pelagic fish and the mussel fish. Number two, another classification category, the second classification, you have according to their fat content and the type. The fat content, it is the percentage of the fat in the body of the fish. So under that we have the oily fish and the white fish, where we have oily fish, they have more than 5% fat in their flesh, which is therefore quite dark. Examples, we have mackerel, herring, pilchard, sprat, sardine, and salmon. Then we have white fish, which have less than 5% fat in their flesh, which is therefore white, and they have oil in the liver. Examples, we have halibut, we have cod, whiting, collie, plaice, haddock, sole, and hockey. Then we have shellfish. They are divided into two, that is mollusks and crustaceans. For mollusks, we have they are small, soft-bodied sea animals which live inside a hard shell and have no legs. E.g. we have cockles, we have mussels, we have winkles, we have oysters, we have scallops, and clams. For crustaceans, they are soft-bodied, jointed sea animals which are covered by a hard protective crust or external skeleton, and they have legs, where we have robusta, crab, prawn, and shrimp. We have the structure and composition of fish. fish has a muscle composition similar to that of the meat, but there's a less connective tissue, so it is much easier to tenderize and quicker to cook. So it is important to not to overcook fish, as the protein easily becomes tough and the fresh dry. The muscle is formed into flakes which separate on cooking. We have purchase requirements, specifications for fish. It should be firm to touch. The skin of really fresh fish is bright in appearance and crystalline. It is moist and has a transparent outer. Slime and scales are plentiful. The eyes should be clear, full and shiny, almost glittering. The gills should be bright red. Clear, bright eyes, not sunken. I should not, under any circumstances, smell fishy, but should have a clean and a fresh smell. When buying crab, tap it gently to make sure it doesn't contain water. Mussels should not be bought in if their shells do not close when tapped. The scales should be flat, moist, and plentiful. Fish should be purchased daily, if possible, direct from the market or supplier. The fish should be well iced so that it arrives in good condition. Fish may be brought on the bone or filleted. Medium-sized fish are usually better than big fish, which may be coarse. Small fish often lack a flavor. Then we have for the fish fillet, what quality points you check. It should be neatly trimmed with a firm fresh, firm and closed packed together, not ragged or gapping. A translucent white color if they are from a white fish with no discoloration. Then we have a smoked fish, a glossy appearance, firm, fresh and not sticky, a pleasant smoky smell. For the shellfish, the shells should not be cracked or broken. The shells of the mussels and oysters should be tightly shut. Open shells that do not close when tapped sharply should be discarded. Robustas, crabs, prawns should have a good color and be heavy for their size. Robustas and crabs should have all their leaves in place. Then we have different cuts of a fish. We have the fillet, we have steaks, we have danis, we have trotters, we have sprims, we have gudgeons, we have delice. Then we have paupette and plated. You can read that on your own. The cuts are explained where you get them and how you cut them. So we have different infographics or pictorial presentation for different fish. As you can see here, we have a herring, we have a Nile perch, that's how it looks like. We have a hoki, we have a trout, we have a sole, we have a cod, then we have another form of a cod. Then we have salmon here. Here is the salmon and its cut. That is the steak. We have a plaice fish. We have a mackerel. That's how it looks like. Then we have haddock. These are how the haddock will look like. We have a whiting. We have a sardines. That's how sardines will look like. We have a sprat. And that is the presentation. Now we have here the assignment. That is a group work. Each group is to discuss the different methods of cooking fish. That is various fish. Then you discuss the preservation of a fish, the various methods we use in preserving fish. So that marks the end of my presentation. Thank you for participating. I hope you learned a lot. Yeah, thank you.